This is a Q&A with some essential questions you guys ask me all the time about traveling in Switzerland. Now, this is Switzerland Insider. My name is Greg, I'm Swiss, and my goal is to help you experience Switzerland like a local. Now you ask, what is the best Swiss chocolate according to locals? This one really depends where you are. Switzerland is divided into different regions speaking different languages, but they also have a different culture. And it's not surprising, they also have a different taste when it comes to chocolate. So in the French-speaking region, you'll often find people favoring Cailler, one of Switzerland's oldest chocolate makers. But overall, the most famous and widely eaten Swiss chocolate across the country probably is Lindt. Now, they opened a popular chocolate museum, the Lindt Home of Chocolate in Zurich. That's quite recent and it's definitely worth visiting if you are a huge chocolate fan. Now, when you walk into a Swiss supermarket, you'll see what I mean. There's an entire aisle dedicated to chocolate. You'll find different types of chocolate bars, but also pralines, which are small filled chocolates that are often used as gifts. And it's not just the big brands, there are also a lot of smaller chocolate makers worth checking out. Now, I've got 3 examples to show you. First off, we have Lindt chocolate, okay? It's probably a favorite among locals. It's smooth, creamy, and super easy to find everywhere. Next, we have something more on the budget side, okay? It's from one of the supermarkets. It's their own brand, it's dark chocolate in this case, and this chocolate bar only costs $1, okay? Now, despite the low price, it's actually really good and popular for people who want something simple that is also of good quality. And then there's the specialty chocolate with sea salt, in this case, for example, okay? Chocolates like these, featuring ingredients and fancy combinations, are becoming increasingly popular in Switzerland over time. But my pro tip is buy your chocolate from supermarkets and try not to go in souvenir shops, okay? It's cheaper to start, but also the shelf life is usually shorter, meaning it's fresher. And yes, chocolate can actually age, especially if it's stored too long or improperly. So make sure to eat while it's still best. Now, I like hiking. What's the best base for me to choose in the Jungfrau region? If you love hiking, the best base in the Jungfrau region is definitely Grindelwald, okay? While the region isn't huge and you can easily reach different spots by train, Grindelwald gives you access to some of the most scenic and popular trails in the area. For example, you can start the Panorama Trail from Männlichen, which offers amazing views of Eiger, Mönch and Jungfrau. The view is also so amazing that you have to make sure that you actually look down at the trail from time to time in order not to fall down, okay? Another great option is the Eiger Trail from Klein-Echterdecke down towards Grindelwald, okay? It takes you right along the base of the famous Eiger North Face. You almost feel like a rock climber doing that, just a bit safer. Or you head up to First, where you can hike up to Bachalpsee and to Faulhorn as well. But if you're in good shape as well, continue onwards to Schiniger Platte for an unforgettable about 6 to 7 hour day hike. And also don't miss the hike from Pfingststeck to Berekhütte, which is a mountain hut with spectacular views of a glacier.
Hey, look, this is such a cool moment. I'm just sitting here and it's just this never-ending caravan of sheep.
Now, Grindelwald is also very close to the Lauterbrunnen Valley and Mürren, where you'll find even more hiking options. Now you ask, can I hike in Switzerland in May? And the answer is yes, you can hike in May, but it sort of depends where you want to go. At higher elevations in the Jungfrau region, for example, but this also applies to Zermatt, there's usually still snow, especially at the beginning of May. Okay? Many trails remain closed until later in the month when conditions improve, meaning the snow melts. Okay? And usually by late May, it's where most trails become actually walkable. So whether a trail opens early or not sort of depends on how warm it gets and how much snow fell during the winter. Okay? For this reason, I can only give you an estimate, but no 100% very clear answer. Now, how do I get a guest card in Switzerland? You can get a guest card when you book an accommodation, but not every place in Switzerland offers one. Some regions have really great guest card programs with useful discounts, while others offer fewer benefits or some none at all. Now in the Jungfrau region, for example, the guest card gives you a 30% discount off the Männlichen cable car and 15% off Grindelwald First. Then there is Ticino, the Italian-speaking region of Switzerland, where you get the Ticino ticket, which includes free public transportation throughout the entire canton, and it's quite a big canton, so it's a very good deal. Now, in many cases, your hotel will email you the guest card before the check-in, so it's already valid when you arrive. Now, there's places like Zurich where they have a guest card too, but in that case, you actually have to pay for it. So, you see in Switzerland, each place sort of does their own thing. Now, what luggage should I use when traveling in Switzerland? Now, this really depends on how you're traveling. If you're staying in one place for a few days, bring more luggage, and that's absolutely okay. But if you're moving around a lot and taking trains, it's definitely easier to travel light. Now, one tip from me, if you pack light, you can definitely move around the country more easily and possibly store your luggage in lockers at train stations or at cable car stations as well. Now, you have to know though that not all train stations offer lockers for very big suitcases. So one place where I would lock my luggage is Öschinensee. Okay, it's a wonderful lake you actually have to visit in my eyes. Okay, but Öschinensee lies sort of halfway on the transfer from Interlaken to Zermatt, okay? And by storing your luggage at a train station, or in that case also you can at the cable car station, you don't really lose a whole day to travel, but you can actually do a very cool activity in between. One thing that really uses a lot of space is like very big and very heavy jackets, okay? And you do not actually have to bring those, okay? Leave your Arctic Expedition jacket at home because we've got them here. Many mountain resorts have outdoor stores that rent out gear, and they also rent out warm clothes, like in that case, jackets and warm pants. Now, should you bring a backpack or a suitcase with wheels? Actually, don't worry too much about the suitcase with wheels, as only some cities have cobblestone streets, and in there, it's only usually a small part in the old town also. Now, also, luggage theft on trains is very rare. I personally have never heard of it, so it's not something you should stress about, and you can store your luggage in the train at a designated rack. Now, if you like this type of video, make sure to leave a like so I can see that, and maybe we can make a series out of it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon around in Switzerland. Bis bald und tschüss.